What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley here for an ML Sports Take brought to you by Camillus Golf Club and Liverpool Physical Therapy. I think the Bills still need a lot more of an offensive philosophy, man. I really do. I mean, you look around the NFL right now, Andy Reid, Sean Payton. You look at even at Ben Johnson in Chicago, revitalizing some things there with Caleb Williams. And I know it's dangerous territory if you say, well, just fire McDermott and bring in an offensive coordinator, because you don't know how they're going to handle the CEO role. And we've seen that in Buffalo time and time again. Mike Mularkey, Chan Gailey, Rex Ryan, all these different coordinators, whether it's DC, OC, you get promoted or you come from another place. And Now, Brian Daboll's interesting because he was an offensive mind. He was a culture guy. He knows a lot. He worked for Nick Saban. And you almost wonder, kind of looking back here, the Bills, would they have been in the playoffs every year with Daboll as head coach? And you have the offensive philosophy. You let Josh Allen go nuts. They had better offenses than they do now. And it's interesting because they didn't have a better offensive line then. They didn't have a better ground game then, but they had a number one. They had a number two. They had a number three in terms of wide receivers, and QB1 was going banana land. I know he didn't win the MVP. Every year is different. Every circumstance is different. But you just wonder with the 13-second situation and a couple other things, like if McDermott's not head coach and Daboll's the head coach and they're just constantly offensively minded, what happens? Do they go farther in the playoffs? Do decisions get made? Do they go for more fourth downs? I don't know. I'm just presenting the thought, the idea that with more offense, QB1 cooks a little bit more, and maybe other things happen defensively as well. You don't know, but again, this thing, and I heard Colin Cowherd today talk about like, oh, well, now the Bills are stuck. And it's easy after 2 games to say a million things, and the Pats are better. And we played 6 games. We got another 11 to go. The Bills have been here before, 4-2. They've done this act a million times. Maybe it feels a little different now. They were 6-6 at one point. They won 5 in a row, won the division, made the playoffs. And time and again in January, I understand that the results the same, but as far as right now, to the middle part, to the end part, regular season and making the playoffs, trying to make the deep run, they've been here before. They can probably do it again. A lot of things feel different. The injuries, Allen isn't as sharp as well. Brady's a disaster as OC. Babbage is a disaster as DC. So things do feel a little bit different. I just think when you're in an offensive league and you've got this freaking quarterback, you got to keep pouring resources over and over and over again. I'm not saying resources as in everybody eats, because that is not happening. These guys also can't get open. Keon Coleman, really, instead of a Brian Thomas Jr. or a Xavier Worthy, Brandon Beane keeps trading with the freaking Kansas City Chiefs. More offense, more help, get a number one, more there. It just seems like, you finally figure out the ground game, you figured out the offensive line, and yet everything else is kind of So I'd rather have the power receivers. I'd rather have the tight ends who can play make. I get Kincaid was out last night. We still don't know what his deal is sustainability-wise. I don't know. I just look at 17. I mean, how many more cracks do you have? How many more cracks do you have? ML Sports Take brought to you by Welch & Company Jewelers and Stanley Law Offices. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.